Martin, the Western Kenya vote, what we're looking at about, I think, if I'm not wrong, about 2.9 million votes. And just going back to 2013, like I think we discussed that in the morning with my colleagues here, you had Raila beating Musalia Mudavadi in his backyard back then. And you've seen Moses Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi, part of the Kenya Kwanza team. Will this sway that particular voting bloc from the original, Raila Odinga stronghold to Deputy President? We've seen him make several trips to that part of the country in order to secure the votes there.
Before I talk about Western Kenya, let me talk about the issue of the numbers.
Right.
I do numbers every day. Apart from doing political analysis, I'm a land surveyor, so I understand numbers.
Good.
The 20% who are undecided,
right,
are largely people who might not turn up and vote. If you look at the national average in the last dispensation, it was about 25% didn't turn out to vote. So there is a very big likelihood that quite a number of them will not turn out and vote. Two, there are still some issues, like the middle class. There are quite a number who are not very happy. Look at the number of independent candidates we are having. People wanted a third force. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So the people who are not happy with the two choices are still not decided on whether to vote for Ruto or to vote for Raila. Some will even vote for Wajackoyah. He's exciting. We've seen even on social media, especially the young fellas. They are very excited about his candidature.
It brings back the reflections of, remember, Abdu Badida, Mohammed?
Yes, in fact, he is likely to do far much better than Abdu Badid.
Right.
So there are quite a number of people out there who feel the two tickets are not offering what they need. And they also feel that those two tickets are not addressing their issues in a way that they would want. So that kind of those are some of the factors that are leading to what you are saying is a huge block. Two, the KPMG report has told us that you have almost 1.2 million voters who are supposed to be struck off the register. Some are supposed to have died.
About 1.8, I think.
Yeah, duplication and all that.
Yes.
And interestingly, DP also said that somebody was removing his people from the register. So I don't know whether the ones who died were supposed to vote for him. That is going to be very interesting because the KPMG report is supposed to come out and get all those people, the register cleaned. And it was one of the requirements that before we go to elections, and 60 days to the elections, the register has to be cleaned. So all those issues now are going to come into play. Then now go back to Western. In 2013, I was working very closely with Raila, so I was the secretary of ODM in Kakamega.
Right.
So I can confidently tell you that Raila didn't get those numbers because he was very popular. He got the numbers he got because we did a lot of work. He had very serious foot soldiers. He had people who believed in the cause. And the general feeling in the Luhya nation was that Musalia was a project, which turned out to be true. So it was very hard to get the Luhya nation to wholly support Musalia. Now, currently, the way the dispensation is, in 2013, Wetangula remained with Musalia, with Raila. And he was part of NASA, part of CORD. Then Musalia was on his own with a few of those fellas, the likes of Boni Khalwale, the likes of Khaniri. So he got Vihiga, he got a bit of Kakamega. He actually got more votes in Bungoma than he got in his own Vihiga backyard. Because Musalia is not a very good, and with all due respect, he's my elder brother and my friend, but he's not a very good grassroots mobilizer. Wetangula does better. And I can tell you, Wetangula adds more value to William Ruto in terms of delivering real numbers especially in the Luhya nation.
And you have a pact within the Kenya Kwanza, 30% share of, the government in case the Kenya Kwanza clinches that power, bringing 70% of the vote.
The
so you're saying that's not
70% they
viable?
cannot bring. That is, it's not possible. If you look
so where
at...
then does this leave Musalia Mudavadi?
They should have negotiated a pro rata kind of arrangement. That if we deliver, so that if we deliver this, we get this percentage. If we don't deliver, even if they deliver 60%, if William were to get power and they have not delivered 70%, he would have every justification not to give them. So that is a flawed agreement. And Wetangula has secured for himself speaker if they get the numbers. The question is, they double speak. One time they tell you speaker for Senate, the next minute they say speaker for National Assembly. But he is also very clever because he doesn't have a serious opponent. He has gone back to secure his Senate seat. So he knows if they lose, in our dialect they say hiyo ng'ombe ikikufa na kula nyama, ikizaa na kunywa maziwa. So for Wetangula it is a win-win situation. He is playing smart. If you look at Trans Nzoia, which has a huge Luhya population, it is almost 50-50. And as things are now, because Wetangula is doing some serious work there,
so
it is leaning, it is tilting towards Kenya Kwanza.
Right.
Bungoma, the same. It is almost 50-50, but slightly because of the entry of Lusaka and the UDM piece now are working with Wetangula and himself. It's also slightly tilting towards Kenya Kwanza. So Eugene and his DAP team there have not done a good job. Then come to Kakamega. Kakamega could be around 60-40 towards Azimio.
All right.
Then Vihiga is 50-50. But Vihiga has better troops. Raila has better troops. He has the likes of Marende. He has Otichiro, who is governor there. He has Osotsi. He has Khaniri. So he has better foot soldiers than Kenya Kwanza. So Musalia has very weak foot soldiers, and Musalia comes like a tourist. He will come, land, attend a function, then immediately finishes. He does not want any local engagement because he avoids cost. He wants to jump into the chopper and run off.
All right,
so then you come to Busia now. I'm finishing with Busia.
Right.
Busia is heavily Azimio, maybe 70-30. So if you do the mean, it will give you like 60-40, leaning towards Azimio. Kenya Kwanza can manage an average of about 40% in the Mlembe nation. Those are the realities as of now. And I don't see much happening. The only other factor which both of them don't seem to be to know how to navigate the intra-coalition issues.